Open your camera na, Rylene. Okay. So once again, good morning, grade 8. Okay. Ayan. So for our lesson, we will be having the factoring differences of two squares. Ayan. So, are you familiar with the perfect squares? So yung mga numbers natin na perfect squares? No? Yung mga perfect numbers natin for the square root, di ba? Okay.
Like both of the
What's that?
something
Okay.
wrong, sir?
Nothing. Okay, so here are the perfect squares. Okay, so the perfect square numbers are 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, and so on. Okay, so kapag sinabing perfect square, these are the numbers that are perfectly squared. So kapag in-square root yung number na yon, it has a value na walang decimal. Okay? So for example, we have 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4 times 4, 5 times 5, 6 times 6, and so on. Okay? Ayan. So there's no need for this one. Okay. So which of the following is a difference of two squares? So when we say difference of two squares, you should have remembered this one. So each term is a square. Then there is a minus sign between the two terms. So there is only two rules. Each term is a square and there must be a minus sign between the two terms. Ayan. So now letter A. Is this a perfect, is this a difference of two squares? Ayan, so wait lang, may kulang. May minus dito. Ayan. Minus dito. Okay, so we have 4x squared minus 9. So is that a difference of two squares? So let's try to determine it. So each term is a square. Si 4x squared ba? Square yan. So how are we going to know if it is a square? Si 4 ba kapag in-square root natin, may number na hindi decimal? A whole number? Grade 8?
Square numbers have no decimal.
Square root of 4? What's it?
What?
What is the square root of 4?
2.
2. So is that a perfect, is that a square?
Yes, sir. Yes.
How about 9? Is that a perfect square? Is that a perfect square?
3.
3. Therefore,
Yes, it
it
is.
satisfies the first rule. So each term is a square. How about number 2? There is a minus sign. Can you see a minus sign there? Can you see a minus sign? Okay, can you see a minus sign? Yes. Ayan. So therefore, letter A is a difference of two square. How about letter B? We have negative 25 plus 36x squared. So is 36 a perfect square? What's the factor of 36? What is the square root of 36?
6.
6. Okay. How about for 25?
5.
5. Okay. So that would be the rule for number 1. How about for number 2? Is there a minus sign you can see in each term, or between the two terms? Meron bang negative sign dyan or
No,
minus
sir.
sign?
No.
Meron bang minus dyan?
No, sir.
Nabil, can you see a minus sign or a negative sign?
No, sir. No minus sign.
Okay, there's no. O, balik ta rin ko. This is positive 36x squared. So, positive 36x squared. And then, we have negative 25, negative 25. Ayan, meron ka na bang nakikita? Okay,
Sir,
meron na ba?
Sir, that's cheating. Yes.
Yes. So, that would be a difference of 2 squares. So, it doesn't mean that negative 25 comes first and then the second one is positive. Hindi lang naman ito yung basihan, okay? So, there is an evidence that it has a negative sign. Therefore, that would be a difference of 2 squares. Okay? For letter C, ayan, we have cube, cube. Therefore, that would be, okay, that would not be a difference of 2 squares. So, hindi na po yan. So, always remember, each term is a square and it has a minus sign. Let's try to have an example. Okay, for example, this one. We have m squared, sorry, mali na type. M squared minus 36. Okay, so m squared is a perfect square. Basta dalawa to, raised to 2, or it is an even number. Okay, perfect square yan. Or you can use the difference of the squares. So that would be m. So square root of 36 would be 6. So that would be 6, 6. And then yung sign sa gitna, dahil nga difference of 2 squares, that would be positive, yung isa is negative. That is how you factor it. Another example, wala yung equal sign na yan. Okay, we have 9c squared minus 16d squared. So square, square, is 9 a perfect square? Yes. How about 16? Yes. May subtraction dito or may negative sign? Okay, ayan. So 9c squared magiging square root of 9, 3. Then just copy that one, the variable c. So yun din yung susulat sa kabila. 3c. And then plus minus. So parehas lang sila ng terms, nagkaiba lang sila sa gitna. Okay? So square root of 16, that would be 4. 4. D. Okay? Next, we have x raised to 4 minus 81. So is that a perfect square? Yes, 81 is a perfect square. Okay, x raised to 4 is a perfect square also. So x, that would be x2. Kasi when you multiply that one, di ba, magiging x squared times x squared becomes x raised to 4. Square root of 81 would be 9. So that would be 9. Kaya magiging x squared plus 9. X squared minus 9. Okay? So, naintindihan ba? Naintindihan ba? Ayan. So, let's try to have another example. So, burahin ko muna to. Okay. Ayan. Ito. Mic. Ay, yung mouse. Mic tuloy. Annotate. Clear. Controls. Okay. Look. Look. Okay. For example, we have 9x squared minus 1. So is 1 a perfect square? Are you sure, Nabil? Is that a perfect square?
1, number 1. Like the number 1, negative 1, is it a perfect square?
No, only 1. The number 1. That's not the negative sign.
Okay. I don't think so.
You don't think so? How about 9?
9 is square root of 3.
Square root of 3? So the square root of 9 would be 3.
Teacher,
Diba?
paano po malalaman kung perfect score siya? Kung visible po ba ma-divide sa other numbers?
Sa number
Ganun po.
niya itself.
I.
So, square root of 9, di ba? Ang kabaliktaran ng square root is, okay, square. So, for example, in-square mo si 2. So, that would be 2 times 2. Okay? In-square mo si 1. So, 1 times 1, di ba? In-square mo si 3. That would be 3 times 3. Kaya magiging 9. Yung sagot ng mga yon, your product ng mga yon are perfect squares. So, square root ng 9, ang sagot nito, 9x squared minus 1. So, gawa kayo ng dalawang parentheses. Square root of 9 would be 3. 3. Square root of x squared, that would be x. X. And then, this would be plus minus. Square root of 1, that would be 1. Diba? 1 times 1. So, ito na yung magiging sagot natin. So, Nabil is not moving na. Okay. Naintindihan ba? Naintindihan ba?
Yes po, teacher.
Okay. Another example tayo. What if we have this? So let's try to use it. We have y4 minus 4. Ayan. So para dito, ang gagawin lang ay like this. Dalawang parentheses. Square root of y raised to 4, that would be y squared squared. And then, for 4 naman, we have positive, negative, okay? So, plus, minus. Square root of 4, that would be 2. Diba? 2 times 2, that would be 4. So, ito yung magiging sagot natin. Diba? Wala na scrap. Yan na yung direct na answer. Naintindihan ba? Gets ba yung ganito?
Yes, sir.
How about Ken? Naintindihan na ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another example, paano naman pag ganito, may panggulo. We have ito. We have x squared minus y minus 2z squared. O paano naman natin ito isusulat? Simply, close and open parenthesis. Huwag kayong malito dito. Kasi sabi niya, it is being squared. So, i-factor mo lang ito. We have x. Tama? That's x squared. And then, plus, minus, gayahin mo to. So, that would be y minus 2z. And then, y minus 2z. O, yun yung sagot. Kuha? Intindihan ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is factoring difference of two squares.